Hi everyone, welcome back to True Alchemy. So today's reading is going to be titled as How is the person on your mind currently thinking and feeling about you? We have three piles from the left to right. The first pile is Selenite. The second pile is Yellow Aventurine. And the third pile is Rainbow Moonstone. Pause if you need a little bit longer, pick the one which calls your name the most, and I'm gonna begin with pile number 1. Hi, pile number 1, if you chose this beautiful selenite, thank you for being here with me. So before we flip out your cards, we're going to check your person's current energies. I have pre-shuffled cards to understand what is your person's current energy in their life, what lessons are they facing, so we can have a better understanding as to what behavior they're projecting and why they're projecting that outwards. All right, the first card we have is choose love. You always have a choice, make yours with love in reverse. We have joy and stability, surrender, denial in reverse. We have surrender to passion in reverse, surrender to effortlessness, surrender procrastination. And lastly, we have nurture in reverse. All right. So, a couple of things. I think that from your person's higher self, I really pick up because we have two cards from the psychic tarot of the heart. Yeah, psychic tarot of the heart. And I feel like these two have been placed in a way where, it's almost like whenever I'm shuffling for the piles, I really don't know how cards are going to turn up. And often what happens is when I am doing readings, there are different cards from different decks which weren't in the previous reading for a different, question in the pile. So I feel like when a spirit, has put a specific open energy, how you see that these are in upright and this one is in reverse, and I feel like the main energy that they have chosen is choose love in reverse. It's almost like because you have such a deep connection with this person, I immediately pick up. I feel like this person is not able to choose this connection. They're not able to choose love because in a way you are, if you're in a spiritual connection, the feelings are always mutual, right? There's no unrequited love. And especially if this is a divine counterpart, the feelings are always mirrored back. So I feel like this almost really tells me that your person is not able to choose love because they're not able to choose themselves. And I think that this is also mirrored back in you, where you're not able to choose love and this connection because you're not choosing yourself. So I feel like the way I channel, I see a lot about your energy as well. So keep an open mind as to how the messages come out, because I often hear about comments talking about that's not my energy, that's my person's. So I would just say that keep an open mind, because the message is for a lot of people out there and it might not be yours. So it would just be easier for the both of us to just ignore what does not resonate with you, right? So I see that with the blocked off energies, and something about spirit really, spirit is really telling me that this energy is also yours. So see how that fits with you, because there is a sort of higher self energy that I pick up over here with surrender to effortlessness, surrender procrastination, and joy and stability. Joy and stability, number 4 is 4 of Wands, which is about a happy life, a happy relationship. It's about longevity, it's about celebration, it's about having fun in creating new memories with your partner, right? And I feel like this person feels like, when it comes to you, or specifically this part of their life which involves you, um they don't necessarily want to, I would say, sleep on it, right? This person, even though their energy is blocked off within themselves, something about this connection feels a little bit inaccessible to them right now. I feel like with the surrender procrastination, it's almost like things still come really freely to them, right? It's almost like I'm hearing loving you is very natural to me. So this person definitely feels like, there's an ease in this connection which they don't have with other people. And what they feel like almost is that, um it's like being around you is sort of like really energizing, because the both of you share a vibrational level. Um and I see that over here with, the effortlessness is like, it really just speaks volumes, right? It's like maybe this person has tried to be with other people, or they, even if they talk to other people, I sense a little bit of insecurity on your end, whenever you hear that, this person might be giving their attention to someone else. And I think this is also in your person, because even though the both of you are raising your vibration, there are certain insecurities when it comes to self-love, worthiness. Just the root chakra and the heart chakra is what I pick up mainly, that really sort of make you tired down. So I feel like there's something about this connection that is almost not manifesting correctly, in a way. Like it's like something that you want, like you both know, or perhaps just this person knows that they want this relationship, but the way it's showing up is different, right? Because mentally, or even on a heart level, if this person has accepted you, something about it just doesn't match up in, the way that they want this connection to be in the physical reality, right? So there's some blockage that I pick up over here, which comes from a heart centeredness. The heart chakra is still not open, because the nurture card is the Empress. And this being in reverse just really talks about how I began off in the beginning, saying that this person has not chosen themselves. They don't know how to love themselves correctly. That's why they're not able to choose this connection, because, divine partnerships are conscious relationships where you require to look within, not outside, right? They are the ultimate form of unconditional love. So somewhere around the lines, this person is not able to love themselves, which is why there's this sort of, I would say, um there's something that is, I'm getting the word malpractice, but it's not the right word. It's almost like something just doesn't add up, right? You look at this person and they have feelings for you, but something about this person's approach is a little bit, either it's too far-fetched, like they want things to speed up because, they can't control themselves. They really want to be with you. They want things to evolve as quick as it can. And perhaps this person dreams of settling down with you. Perhaps this person, thinks of having a happy family life with you, or even if not that, it's just that they want to create a home together with you, right? And I feel like, there's somewhere where this connection is just not showing up the way that they want. And I think even you question it that way, because there's something about this person not being able to, almost like see what really stops them from inside. This person's energy to me sometimes feels like, ghosting. Like sometimes this person is around you, but sometimes they're just not, because they themselves are not very, it's like the mental capacity is not able to understand why does it feel the way it does. And there's some, I'm getting a ghost from the past. So this person is not cognitively aware that their past still holds them back, and specifically when it comes to maybe certain relationships, or the childhood. But I pick up on relationships from the past. So somewhere around the lines where this person had really given themselves to the other person, and maybe it was not reciprocated, maybe there was, unfaithfulness, whatever it was. This person was really sort sort of somebody who would carry their heart on their sleeves. So right now, even though they're defying their own nature, I would say that, because you know they have that ability to really love another person, this person is fearful of giving into this connection. So there's, I see a dichotomy in their energy where they really want it, okay, don't be mistaken by it, but this person is not cognitively aware of what really stops them, because we have surrender to passion in reverse, which says get out of your head, feel the fire in your belly, focus upon people or activities that ignite your passion and let it flow. So somewhere there, this person is just not allowing themselves to, be damp in love, almost what I'd like to say metaphorically, right? This person doesn't want to completely sort of like surrender to the feelings that they have for you, because they're scared of another heartbreak. And even though it's like they might be showing up in a way where they really want you, and they're probably spending time with you, or they're talking to you, but sometimes this person just has a habit of going MIA, and you just can't place a finger as to what did you do, or what happened. I think that you take these things personally, and that's also partially a reason why you have to say, why do you start feeling insecure when you haven't even done anything? You know what I'm saying? So I definitely see that this is a phase of mirroring where there is an energy exchange over here. There's a chaser, runner chaser dynamic that I pick up over here. And sort of, I feel like it's not a cliche sense, because I don't see very heightened levels of runner chaser dynamic, because this is not something that your person is purposely doing. I would really like to add that. Even though it can be annoying to you, it's just how things are playing out for the both of you right now. So I feel like with choose love over here, we have this card says you will always have choice, make yours with love. So this is number 21, which reduces to 3, and we have 3 twice over here. I feel like something about this person, okay, I just got an indication to pick up the first card on your deck, which is the Tower, which is the Pluto energy, Scorpionic energy. I feel like I'm gonna see the bottom of the deck. I haven't touched the deck, so we have the Page of Wands, instigation. So this person definitely holds back from communicating with you a lot. I feel like it's also because this person maybe has a tendency to just get carried away too much, and this comes from a place of not having a good sense of security within, because sometimes when this person starts enjoying the other person's company, it's like they forget their own company, right? So there's an energy of abandoning self, and perhaps that's the reason why this person doesn't know that they're still hurting inside, is what I really want to deliver to you, pile number 1. I think that this person's behavior creates a lot of confusion within you, whereas I completely understand that. I feel like it's important for you to know that this person does not know majorly why do they pull back, because they're going through tower moments right now. They're having realizations, they're going through, I would say, collapsing of maybe conditioning, and a lot of wounds are coming up for this person. I think that there's an also an energy of this person realizing that maybe this person has an energy of grass is always greener. Maybe this person has an energy of thinking that I don't think that your person is particularly non-monogamous. I don't feel like your person is someone who they might portray themselves to be non-committal, but this is not somebody who actually is like that. This is somebody who sort of conceals behind that sort of persona that I am non-monogamous, because I am, internally they're really scared of getting their heart broken because of something that happened in the past. So this person probably comes off a little bit, like you are skeptical of this person's intentions, but I hear from spirit it's because of the way that it's just basically their defense mechanism to be a heartbreaker, just so that there's doesn't get broken by the other person, right? So I think somewhere along the lines this person is realizing that they've been lying to themselves in a way, right? And these wounds are resurfacing at the moment. I feel like with the choose love, you always have a choice. This is really important for some reason, and I think that this person is just sort of like learning how to be authentic in the most mundane sense, that they're realizing that who they are internally is a lover boy or a lover girl. Like they're not somebody who is particularly non-monogamous, like they really like to have one person. And especially when it comes to you, this person realizes that they do want to give in, but something, even if they cognitively want to, or even if they tell you, even if they say things and they don't live up to it, it's because they don't know what stops them inside. Something about this connection is also about comparison with other people. Like this person has a tendency of thinking like the grass would be greener, and that's why I spoke about non monogamous energy. Like this person, when they're in a relationship, they think that it's better to be single. When they're single, they think it's better to be in a relationship, because they're not at peace with themselves, right? It's because whenever this person is single, they think that it's better to be in a relationship, because they're craving intimacy, right? They're craving love. They don't want to be alone, and they want to share their life with someone, right? I picked up on the Four of Wands. They want to spend time with another person. They want to build a legacy, is what I'm hearing. They are somebody who is, again, a lover at heart. But when they're in a relationship, they face so many issues. Like they always just think it's not for them because it just doesn't work out. Do you see the energies over here? So this is the reason why, they sometimes sort of convince themselves that they're not worthy of commitment, because they're so dysfunctional in relationships. But somewhere along the lines, it's just that this person hasn't healed from their past. So they sort of convince themselves that they're not a relationship person. It's just difficult for them to feel like relationships will be successful for them, and especially something that is so deep. I think that this person fears that they might eventually, mess things up with you, or things might. I think that this is more about them. They feel like they will mess things up with you. This person feels like they might not be able. It's just a sort of negative thought pattern, which just comes from the place of feeling unworthy of love, because they haven't really been accepted wholesomely, like for their mistakes and their successes, I would say. So this person, I think it would be safe to say that they feel inadequate. um and I don't mean to say that you make this person particularly feel inadequate, but it's just a thought process within, which almost just screams that if you correct this person or something, this person immediately probably becomes really defensive, because it's not something that you said was too exaggerated in a way. But I think that this person just starts feeling, the channeling is so difficult right now. I think that this person themselves doesn't know why do they behave so defensive. I think that maybe they've been really criticized in their childhood, and they've maybe, like almost like been, it's like when they've made a mistake, the love has been taken away from them, maybe by their parental figures. They've been made felt really small, so they feel unworthy of love even when they're not their best version, right? So this was quite a difficult emotion. I kind of feel really emotional about your person's energy. So we're gonna get more messages now. So we're using the Field Tarot. That's what you chose. So how is pile number one's person feeling for them? Alright, so we're gonna do 4-card spread for you. Pile number one, how is your person feeling about you? That's a lot. We have counterparts, Emperor and Empress, that too upright. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. All right. Bottom of the deck, we have the Page of Wands yet again. All right, we have the Four of Cups, the King of Wands in reverse, the Emperor, the Ace of Wands, Death, Empress, Five of Pentacles, and the Ace of Wands in reverse. Bottom of the deck, I am seeing the King of Swords in reverse. Actually, that's the crowning, my bad. And we have the Page of Wands. So, major signs that I see is Scorpio, Aries, Taurus. Yeah, that's pretty much it. A lot of Wands energies. So, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. I am going to take out a few more shuffled cards. So we have the Cave in reverse. I'm seeing the Five of Wands in reverse. So I feel like this person is fearful of confrontations as well. We have the Cave in reverse, Agape, and Kairos. Okay. We have part of fortune increase. This is the Ten of Pentacles. And I'm going to take the animal archetype, which is the peacock. So we're going to begin off with this first. I'm just gonna take a minute to completely understand their feelings because there's a lot going on. I feel like, especially with the agape, this person wants to do right by you, is what I really feel. This person does not have um bad intentions towards you per se, but I think that it is perceived as something malicious by you, because you yourself are blinded by your own pain. So somewhere you can't really understand this person, considering there's a mirroring energy. I think that you yourself, you see this person sometimes through your own insecurities and you misjudge them. And it could be also this person. Of course, I really do see that this person does see you through the eyes of their own pain, because their perception of love is already kind of it's tainted. I don't like to use that word, but that's what spirit is giving me. It's got a really, it's not even bittersweet. This person has just had experiences of manipulation and gaslighting. This is also what I heard before. It's almost like when this person has stood up for themselves, the person in front of them has always made them feel like they're crazy. And that's why I feel like they have a fear of confrontation, because it's almost like they've been made felt that standing up for themselves, their own security, their love is wrong, right? And I think that this is starting from their own parental figures, where maybe as a child they have voiced their own opinion and they have been shut out. I'm also picking up on tones of physical abuse for this person, and maybe if the person that they were involved with previously was also physically abusive, is what I feel. So I think that the best way to sort of make you acquainted with this feeling is that I feel really emotional with this person's energy. I almost feel like teary eyed because there's some sort of resonance that you also have with this person, where people have made you feel crazy for standing up for yourself and telling them not to do that. But some shape or form, they have been powerful, or they just have had a hold over you and this person. I feel like I'm speaking to the both of you when it comes to these issues, or I would say unfortunate circumstances in the past, right? And I think that with the cave energy in reverse, this person definitely has a fear of confrontation. Like with the cave in reverse, if there are difficult conversation that this person wants to have, they really have to gather a lot of courage, even when they know something isn't right or it's not good, or is unfair to them. This person still hesitates in speaking the truth because I would say that with the peacock, this is air energy, Libra, Aquarius, Gemini. I think that they tend to overthink, and some part of them likes to stay in denial that no, that person wouldn't do that to me. I don't even see it in a way where this person might be too codependent or attached. I don't feel like that. I just feel like it's like ignorance is bliss. You know what I'm saying? So they tend to sabotage in a way where they don't want to hold other people accountable as well. And somewhere along the lines, when you don't hold other people accountable, it's because you don't want to hold yourself accountable, right? And I don't mean to say that this person would have necessarily done something wrong, but it's like when somebody else does something wrong to them, they don't think it in a way where, I allowed that person to overstep on me, right? So I think that with the 10 of Pentacles, number 45 reduces to 9. I think that there are wounds that are coming up from their childhood. Now, what I just spoke about could be a factor of their childhood that still is being projected in your connection, because I feel like from spirit, what I'm hearing is that this is true love for this person. They've never felt like this for anyone. They had instant sparks towards you, because we have the Emperor and the Empress over here. There's something about um this person, we don't have a sort of, I would say, King of Wands and a Queen of Cups, or a Queen of Swords and a King of Swords. We have literal Emperor and Empress, and this person recognizes the connection. They have acknowledged it. This is not somebody who is running away from the connection. Let me add that this is somebody who might be running away from facing themselves, particularly the parts that are very uneasy for this, because I don't see this as being something that is like small issues. These are bigger issues that have been internalized, and the longer that you take to heal a wound, the more it starts festering, right? So these, I would definitely place my bet as them being really old childhood wounds, or maybe I'm hearing a puppy love in their teenage years. So it could be both of them, because I wouldn't doubt your person's discernment to choosing partners was good enough for them. And not again to be derogatory to their struggle, right? Because we all make mistakes, but I think, they were again choosing people that were recreating their trauma for them, right? What they felt like they deserve. How we say that we accept the love we think we deserve. So this person was choosing people that were unfair to them, because that's what they knew love was, right? Their definition of love was sort of misconstrued. And I think that what I was picking up in the beginning was the very beginning of your reading, is that this person feels like you are their definition of love. So now that they understand true love, this person sometimes does get caught up in their own feelings. And I think that this person, um, they face difficulty with facing themselves, because even though they respect you as much as they do, they don't respect themselves. So again, spirit is giving me such deep emotions, pile number one. Like, I think that you might feel a little bit icky about these things, because to an extent you don't realize that you are a mirror to this person, and you are also to a level unavailable. And it's not at all to support that viral meme which says that you attract emotionally unavailable people because you're yourself unavailable. I don't 100% agree with it, but there's something definitely that this person is also teaching you about yourself. And this reading is a lot about how you both abandon yourself when there are really uncomfortable emotions, right? um, I think that this person, on a higher self, really conspires to teach you how to love yourself and vice versa. I think you have a really beautiful bond with each other, even though, let's be real, we are going to sort of like face difficulties with each other, but I'm here for you. So that's what I heard from your person. Like, that was a channel message that this person really, really wants to stick by. They don't intend to leave you, because with the agape, this is unconditional love for them, right? You are their definition of love. So this person, particularly, doesn't run away from you. This person runs from love because of their experience towards love. And you know LHS equals to RHS. This person's definition of love is you, so they run away from you. So I think that their definition of love should come from within, right? Because you're just a sort of external manifestation of love for them in flesh and blood. But what love truly means is they will understand when they start choosing themselves, when they start holding themselves accountable for perhaps allowing people to treat themselves. And this is another level of forgiveness, right? Which I feel like you also need to hear, is that the both of you need to just love yourself enough to realize that I did not know better in my past, but now I am this empress, I am this emperor who can take care of himself or herself, right? It's a lot about purging these wounds and gathering the courage to finally release this pain from your heart, right? I think that with the Kairos, this is a little bit misplaced as of now. I think I'm gonna need more cards. But I think that with the King of Swords that I had in reverse, I think this is Aquarius energy. Don't count me on it. But definitely, I feel like with the Aquarius energy, this person definitely has a I would say, like, sometimes this person just switches off their emotions, if you've noticed, like, because they get so overwhelmed. And I think you take that as emotional unavailability, which, don't get me wrong, it is. But it would be easier for you to understand that this person is not able to handle themselves. um Precisely that. So when they shut you out, it's because they have themselves shut themselves out of their heart sphere. They don't know what they're doing. They're just trying to survive through those emotions, because that is how they have always managed to live, since childhood, is what I'm hearing. So I think that with the part fortune increase, this person definitely sees you as a lucky charm, or I'd say, like, they feel blessed having you around, or just having been chosen by the divine to heal. I would say that, because they're not oblivious of how much growth you've brought into their life. I can't help but notice with the Emperor and the Empress, both are being clarified by the wand energy, and we have Ace of Wands. So not only is there a lot of desire within, but I feel like this person has a sort of primal instinct wanting to reproduce with you. Again, we have the Ten of Pentacles. I said Ten of Cups, right? I have spoken multiple times about this person wanting something that can stand through the test of times. And this person, I think that this person is like, I don't relate to union and shit. Like, I just want to be with you for life, is what I'm hearing. Like, this person might not partake too much in spiritual concepts and terminologies, but this person definitely understands what you have. This person knows that this connection is being led by the divine, and it's forcing them to heal themselves so that they can be with you, because they have some confidence issues, I would say. But this is changing. Not to forget this. This is definitely changing, because I feel like your spread is pretty optimistic despite of the amount of pain that this person holds. I wouldn't say that your person is necessarily pessimistic. The peacock is a card that stands about looking at the beauty within and outside. So this person definitely is, your person might be someone who's quite philosophical, because I get a melancholic vibe where it's still like, I'll get through life, I've always made it through, and I'm gonna make it through this time. So I'm hearing from spirit, within their own due time, this person has the ability to be the person that you really need in your life. And again, not to discredit the fact that this person is still the kind of person that you need in your life to grow and excel. So I think sometimes you really might have an energy of um almost like I did pick up an energy, and correct me if I'm wrong, this message does not have to be for everyone, okay? So don't shoot the messenger. But I feel like this could be an energy where you sometimes feel like you really want a lot more from this person, because you're trying to fulfill that part of you which needs you. So when you keep asking this person why you're not doing this, this person starts feeling inadequate, because it's like they're doing the best that they can in the moment, right? They're putting their best foot forward with whatever they know how to do things. But I think that sometimes they feel underappreciated by you in a way. And again, only take that if that resonates, where you feel like sometimes you try to fill the void within you with this person. Okay, so we're gonna take out the other oracle cards now. So we have Perfume of Sophia number 12. That's again 3. We did have a lot of 3s. We have 17, 528 Hertz, Mandala of Heart. I'm going to take one more. Yes, we have Face Your Fears. I want to take one Moonology with this. We had Your Hard Work is Paying Off. So we're just going to see this. Or maybe one more. No? Okay. So I think this person tends to be quite strategic, and it's because they really don't know how to honestly go any other way around things, because they're not somebody who uses their heart as a compass for navigation through life. And I think this is really changing in the near future. And I don't mean by near future almost like, perhaps a few weeks, because for somebody who's always operated out of a minimized heart space, always working through emotions can feel very dangerous, right? So somewhere I would say, I would affirm to you that this person is learning how to take calculated risks. Okay. And I think this is also happening because of Face Your Fears. So this person is understanding how to face their fears when it comes to achieving what they want in life. With the Your Hard Work is Paying Off new moon in Capricorn for me, it definitely talks about a lot of ambition, goal orientation. So this is someone who is almost like striving for a balance within their work and personal life. And I think the what they really take away from this equation that they want to develop in their life is that they have to become stable within themselves. Whereas this person still is learning how to face the fear of unknown with the Perfume of Sophia in reverse. I think that they're doing pretty well. I'm gonna be honest, pile number 1, because I think that I get an energy from you which is like you expect this person to do a lot more than they're capable of in the moment. If that message resonates, because for certain people I pick up this energy that when you're not able to fulfill yourself, and I mean emotionally, you expect too much out of this person where they're not able to fulfill themselves. So if that message resonates, you have to learn to be patient with yourself in the first place, because you are lacking healing within yourself. And I see that with the mandala of heart, number 17 reduces to 8, a very karmic number. I see that this person is also learning trusting the divine plan for them. Again, for somebody who has always just trusted their mental capabilities, we do have a lot of air signs over here with the peacock as well. I think that this person is someone who used to be pretty superficial at a time in their life, and they sort of saw relationships as transactional to an extent, like, it's like barter system. What can you do for me, I'll do that for you, right? So now they're learning how to do everything for themselves, and they're aspiring to, it's almost like they look up to you in a way where you do things by yourself as well. And everybody is a work in progress. I think sometimes they tend to forget the beauty within themselves, but I think that this person also sees themselves within you, especially in your darker moments, because that's when they see that it's not in a derogatory manner, but it's like you're being raw with them, and they like to see that part of life, which is like, it's not just me, right? We it's almost like we all go through bad days, and what really matters is how we come back from it, right? So I think that this person is learning about faith through you. This person is learning how to trust in their intuition through you, and also just being really patient. I think this person tends to become impulsive certain times. But this is definitely changing. I see a progression in your person's energy, and I really like the fact that we have, the emperor and the empress. So something about your connection is pretty much, it's evolved, or it's evolving. Something about this connection, things are happening behind the scenes that might not be visible right now, because I would just like to remind you that things first take place spiritually and then physically. So whatever spiritual ascension that you're going through is soon going to manifest in this connection, and whatever is prevalent in your life would be a good reminder to understand as to where do you stand with yourself and your spirituality. Okay, so we're going to take out more cards now. We have the card energy is gaining momentum. Limitation is power. Lean into your limitations in reverse. A personal issue reaches resolution in reverse as well. And we have solar eclipse, revolution in reverse, number 44. Again, we have number 8. So this is another karmic number. I think, okay, no. I was about to take the last oracle card, but Spirit said, no, hold your horses. I think that with the limitation is power in reverse and the solar eclipse in reverse, and the only card that we have upright in this sequel of your reading with the energy is gaining momentum. I think that this connection is being, I do not agree with the word delays, because I always believe in preparation. I really don't believe when somebody says that the connection is being delayed because of blockages. I just feel like these are detours. Whether you're talking to this person or not, it's really important for the both of you to heal through these wounds. Otherwise, it is definitely going to create friction between the both of you. It's almost like if you always have an itch in your butt, how are you going to sit down calmly, right? So this is the metaphor that I'm getting from Spirit, but I think that it really makes sense, right? How are you going to have a harmonious connection with each other if you always have something bothering you at the back of your head, because it reminds you of a certain, it's creating a trigger within you, right? So I think that what Spirit wants to let you know, especially when it comes to this person's feelings, is that with the solar eclipse. This is two of wands in reverse. This person is definitely decisive about you, but they also realize that at this point it's almost like I'm getting the climax, like it's a make it or break it situation. Either they heal through this, and they, get along with you, or they don't and they lose the opportunity of being in this connection with you, right? Because I think maybe this person has taken you for granted. They have realize that they can't just come and go as they please, so they're being very cautious about their actions, and this person is listening to their heart. One of the things I really feel happy and proud for this person is almost like they are listening to their heart. They're not completely denying it. They might switch in and out of it, but I don't feel like this person goes rogue for weeks. I think that this might have been a pattern in the past, but maybe for a few hours they just feel really down on themselves and they try to go back to their own methods of work. I pick up that this person works a lot with the hard work is paying. They are very goal oriented. I would definitely add that with the Cancerian energy, a personal issue reaches resolution. I think this is also that this person is yet to heal their escapism tendencies, doing too much of work, because escapism is sort of like a fight or flight. Like when you have a fear, either you fight it by doing other things and convincing yourself that I have to do this before I can give into a relationship, or I have to complete these things before I can feel worthy of it. Or a flight is like, no, I just can't be in a relationship because this is not for me. So these are two modes, but at the end of the day both of them are two spectrums of just avoiding the issue, right? Sitting down with the feelings. I feel like your person definitely has this energy of ignorance is bliss. But I think that with the limitation as power in reverse, this person somewhere is realizing that those, I'm getting eight of swords energy, and I really like when you have eight of swords, because it's almost like it's undervalued. The eight of swords is always a card which tells us that you're sooner or later going to break out of that barrier that you have put in front of yourself, right? Have you seen that meme or that sort of illustration that if you put sort of two small fences in front of like a herd of sheep, they're still gonna go through that small fence instead of seeing that the whole area outside or near the fence is open, right? So it's almost like somewhere this person is able to see from a higher point of view, with the energy is gaining momentum, that they're able to go apart from the crowd. They're leaving this herd mentality because they're healing their abandonment issues. So I wouldn't be glad if your person is sort of like in a trailblazer moment, having their own moment, and like they're just like, what, f this shit, like I just really want to do what I want to do. So somewhere along the lines it could also be that the fear was really taming them, from unleashing what they have really inside. And I think it would be safe to say at this point that the love is more than fear. So it's not completely, holding them succumb to fear, because they're learning to love themselves. So this is definitely a process. And the last oracle we have balanced life. Wow, I did speak about, this person wanting a balanced life for themselves. What they're envisioning for themselves is a work and love life balance. They don't want to compromise on love. They don't want to compromise on their own goals. And I think that they see this is almost like achievable with you, because you're also somewhat like this person. You want to have an identity of own. You also are somebody who doesn't want to have their identity through another person, right? Whether you're a male or a female, this person sees that it's effortless for them to be with you. It's not much work. They would like to put in the work in this connection because they want to be with you simply, right? So I think that this person is realizing that maybe, I think in the future I wouldn't jump the gun and say that this person knows what stops them from completely being in this connection, even though you and I understand that there are spiritual methods that this person needs to go through to understand how to be, really loyal to themselves. But I feel like at this point they're really just learning how to give in to their own spiritual nature in the most, I would say, monotonous sense, like in the most simplified sense, like the basic way, like giving to what your own gut says rather than taking the outside opinion of what other people usually do. Because I really pick up that this person is breaking a lot of patterns of what other people do around them, or just how things in their family have always been done. So this is definitely bringing them closer to themselves, which is a really good thing, right? They will be also, if they learn to love themselves, they will be able to love other people correctly as well. So before we conclude pile number one, I have a few advice cards for you. We have prayer, imagine, harmony, and truth. I think that there is purging required on your end. So since we're talking advice for you, I'm just going to talk in what I have understood about you on the other end through this person's energy. It's almost like you want this connection almost as bad as this person does, right? You're watching this reading, and you really want to understand this connection in your person to the best of your abilities. And I think one of the tools that you forget that you always have is your own internal resource and connecting with your divine potential. And in the most simplified sense, it just means to pray for the well-being of both of you, to just count your person and you in your prayers. And because I truly believe in prayers, and I think that when you speak that into existence, there's a sort of protection that you're also asking for your person, right? It is one of the most purest senses, forms of love, right? So I think that spirit wants you to keep manifesting this connection's highest potential, where you can definitely ask for this person and your protection. And I think that maybe we have prayer, and this could also be enticement from the darker forces, because the enemy from outside can only attack what is an enemy inside. So the enemy, per se, the darker forces only attack on your heartstrings when there are fears, right? So you need to solidify yourself over there, right? So you can start off by being in a harmonious place with yourself. That will definitely, and I'm more certain, will start reflecting in your person, especially if you're the feminine energy. That doesn't have to take away from practicing a prayer lifestyle, even if you're the masculine energy. But you can definitely keep manifesting this connection, because there's something about this connection that that I might not know and other people might not understand, but you know it because you feel it, and your feelings are a work of your intuition as well, right? So don't disregard the truth that that this is something that is true to your heart, right? So keep working at it and keep an optimistic, I would say, maybe like a law of assumption, like things would align for the both of you. All right, so pile number one, this was your reading. I really do hope that you found a message that was helpful. If you did, please do hit the like button, subscribe for more, hit the bell icon so you know whenever I upload next. Let me know down in the comment section how that resonated, and I'm gonna see you guys in another one. Bye. Hello, pile number two. If you chose this yellow Aventurine along with the Cosmic Slumber Tarot, this is going to be your reading. Thank you for being here with me. So today's reading is going to be all about how's your person currently thinking and feeling for you. I do have pre-shuffled cards. These cards are going to help me understand what exactly is your person going through right now, what lessons are they facing in their life, and how those lessons impact to the behavior that they're projecting outwardly. Okay, so we have consider your foundation, look at how committed you are to love. Surrender to play in reverse. Change your focus. Surrender to non-action. surrender your ego, and we have surrender to prayer. Okay. I feel like there's an unsettled energy with your person. There's something that is really bothering your person. With the change of focus from the psychic tarot of heart, this is the Five of Cups energy. And it's all about grieving. Um, I think that Spirit is clarifying surrender your ego and surrender to prayer by change your focus. Um, and surrender to prayer says give yourself completely to prayer. When you pray from your heart, you will be heard throughout the universe, and answers will arrive. So there's some guidance that your person is requiring or receiving. I'm hearing from my guys, they're receiving this guidance. And I think that with the ego card, this says be of service to others, come from your heart. A big ego can work against you, and humility will further your goals. So I think that this is a lot about this person's ego led them to. I think that this person did not choose this connection. I think that this person did not submit in a way, and submit is such a wrong word to use, but that's the word I'm getting. This person felt forced to choose this connection. And I think that when certain people have been through really controlling energies in their childhood, especially maybe parents, they don't like to compel to something that is not something that they want to do in the moment, right? So I think that your person felt like these feelings came organic for you, very deep feelings, but they couldn't make logical sense of it because this person doesn't have maybe that many memories. It feels like a newer connection, it doesn't have to be, but I feel like the contrast of this connection, it doesn't really add up. The depth, I would say, doesn't really add up, to what this person started desiring with you. And the both of you, it's almost like Cupid's arrow, right? Things just really um began taking off, and this person didn't like that because even though it was organic, it did not feel organic to them. Something about it felt forced to them. And I think it was forced because this person has a very heavy ego. I really do see that there's something about the ego is very prevalent over here. And the more that I think about this ego, it's almost like, it's like you just want to find a way to defy that it's not real, right? You do things just to contradict your feelings. You're testing the connection, and you're testing the feelings, right? Because you want to prove your feelings wrong because you have been taught that your feelings are wrong. So it's almost like it's a huge clash between the mind and the heart is what I really feel. So this person I mentioned had been taught that feelings are wrong because feelings are the ultimate compass that come from the heart, right? When your heart compass is not working correctly, you're definitely going to be misaligned or just misguided. So I think that this person might or might have not taken outside opinions. The fact that I really pick up is that they did take a wrong decision. Whether they did do something about it or they didn't do anything about it, there was a level of wrong. I just feel like they made a wrong choice. Misguidance is what I hear. And I think that you guys could have had a lot of fights. I feel like this is a separation pile. It doesn't have to be. Take if it applies. And I think that this energy is quite ambiguous. But there's one thing that's really prevalent over here. No matter how things ended or have gone south in this connection, it was all because of the both of your egos. And I think that, I believe personally it takes two to tango. Um, it I don't want to do a comparison because that's not fair to you or your person, about whose mistake was it more. You would know your truth. Um, but definitely keep an open mind to whatever I sort of channel over here, because I feel like I'm walking on thin ice when I am talking to you about this, because you might be in a very triggered space, and you have to understand that this reading is general. And if something that I say about you as a viewer is not yours, you feel like it doesn't resonate, don't take the message along. Let it be, ignore it, because it might not be for you, but it would definitely be for somebody out there, since this is again generic. Okay, so I think that somewhere along the lines, you maybe did enable this person to take you for granted. And whereas I think that you have understood this, that your boundaries need to be more firmer with this person. Just because you have unconditional love, that doesn't mean you can keep giving them unconditional liberty to, treat you badly. So I think that the channeling that I'm getting is quite, again, I feel like I'm walking on thin ice. There's an energy, I think that this is your person's energy, which is like, I really gotta watch my mouth, I really gotta watch my steps, because I am on thin ice. I've really disappointed pile number two. So I think that what is actually going on in this person's life, is, I would say, karma repay. And it's not in a way where it's, you know about making this person pay for what they've done to you. Something about this connection at this point is a lot about the universe making this person understand about their mistakes. Um, and the universe has as much love for you as for this person, despite of whatever this person does and what you do. So ultimately, from a higher perspective, this person is being taught how to lead life in a better manner, is what I would like to articulate. Because I think that you are really hurt, or you have been really, really hurt by this person's behavior, pile number two. And I completely, completely empathize with your pain. But there's an energy of you enabling this person to take you for granted. And it's because you didn't realize your self-worth, and something around the fact around the lines, excuse me, this person has also reflected a self-worth wound back to you. So I would place my bets that you are the feminine energy. That doesn't have to be. I am picking strong masculine energy from you as well. So I think that this is also about returning back to your own shape, in a way, because I think that there's a real chameleon vibe to the both of you, or especially you, pile number two, because I think you're still figuring out who you are. And I think that sometimes I just feel like it's easier sometimes, you and I both do that when we're really hurt. We need somebody to blame for our pain, because somehow our mind just feels like it'll be easier to get through it if we have somebody else to blame for it. Heavy messages, okay? So bear with me throughout the reading. But I see that I'm getting very Saturn, Chiron energy. So Chiron is like spiritual healing, something that you both are necessarily and imminently teaching each other, is how to really respect yourself. And I feel like you only allow other people to do anything, or you don't understand, is is almost because you're not able to love yourself completely. So it's like a green pass, and you don't even realize you're giving that. Somewhere down the lane, this will simmer down, that this person has honestly just poked you where you already have been hurt. You wouldn't let this person take you for granted if you weren't taking yourself for granted, your own existence, right? And a part of it is also very equivalent of you still finding yourself through breaking through this trauma, right? You're losing this personality. So I think that there's an over masculine energy within you, there's an imbalance, and this person has been passive. That's why I feel like there's a feminine energy which was toxic, because this is not a reciprocating feminine energy. It's not receptive, it's not open, it's very closed off, and it's perhaps quite manipulative on this person's end. So I think that, with surrender to play, I think that this is the toxic femininity that I pick up on this person's end. And I feel like there could have been a heavy runner chaser dynamic, and I think that these terms are so worn out, but I really want to let you know this so that you have a grasp upon what has been happening over here, because I think that your person and you are mirroring heavily. And um I'm actually filming pile number 2 after pile number 3. Sometimes just spirit makes me do it, because I think your energies are heavier, and this is the most mirroring I've picked up in all 3 piles. So even though this is really deep, you also have to understand that this person is being a mirror to you, period. I think that with consider your foundation, this is a lot about this person realizing that they're not perfect. Whereas this might be something that you would feel like, of course, nobody is perfect. But when you have such a huge ego, you remain in denial because you're doing everything that feels self-righteous, right? It's a self-fulfilling prophecy. It's perfectionism. And, the universe breaks down perfectionism because the universe doesn't like perfectionism. I'm picking up on heavy Virgo energy because of this. I think that this is also about daily routines for this person, how they've treated you recurrently, I would say, in reference to daily routines. There's heavy guilt, okay? And as much as this is difficult for me to articulate, I can only sympathize as to what the both of you are going, right? Because this person is also a victim of their conditioning, right? I'm hearing victim consciousness. So I think that there's a lot of helplessness and helplessness on the both of your ends, especially this person. Actually, both. There's a lot of familiarity with this person's energy as well as yours. So I think that by the end of the reading, you might be able to find answers in this person's energy. Yeah, I think this is my cue from Spirit to open your tarot cards and see what do we have. Pile number 2. I am gonna do a 3-card spread for your pile. Okay, before I bring this out, I just want to flip this card. It's going to be an upright. So we have the Queen of Cups. And I want to look at the bottom of the deck. 6 of Wands. And the Page of Pentacles is popping up with the Tower. There's a special message coming through for you. And about this person. You know how I spoke about a part of you enabling this person? It's all about your ability to give, and this person was always in their pride is what I really feel. And I think that with the Tower in reverse, it's almost like you were not willing to let go of it even if it was hurting you. It's like a double-edged sword, right? And this person was being very reckless with how they were communicating with you. I think that this person used to be very in and out in your life, and it used to create a lot of anxiety. I think that this also triggered a past relationship memory for you. And I think that this person was doing this because they have been treated like it. It's fairly impossible for you to behave a certain way if you haven't actually experienced it, if you haven't been on the receiving end of it, because you have to witness a behavioral pattern to practice it, to execute it. So I think that you have also picked up this energy. I could be wrong, but you might be doing this to other suitors in your life if you are in separation. You're very in and out of other people's lives because your heart chakra is closed. And so was this person when they met you. So this is sort of just a reference for you to understand that maybe you, as an empath with the Queen of Cups, are not able to be authentic because your defenses are higher than your boundaries, which makes you prone to become inauthentic because you're mirroring back the other person's energy. So why does that make you inauthentic? Is because I kind of lost my train of thought. I feel like there's this energy of perhaps you have picked up this behavior of avoidance and now you do that with other people. um and it's not you, pile number two. This is something that you have learned, and it's easy to not be available for people and be available when you just resurface for some kind of social interaction or validation. And it's very much possible that you learn this from this person, and it's not you because you're not somebody who is unavailable, but you're facing difficulty in healing your wounds right now. And I completely agree that it's a process. It will definitely come to you how to sort this out, how to heal through this. You will manage. But currently, your defenses are higher than your boundaries are solid. So that's why you're also somehow mirroring this person, maybe not to them, maybe to them, but definitely to other people in your life. Somewhere you are repeating this, what you have learned, a sort of what you call it's an easier way to coexist with the pain, right? So you're craving emotional intimacy, but you're unable to, I would say, receive it. You're scared of getting your heart broken. Pile number two. I'm gonna take this in upright. I have mentioned this in my description box, that I take cards as I'm guided to, even if they show up in upright or reversal. I just see how it fits with me, what feels intuitively right. You have the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. I'm taking the Four of Pentacles upright. Bottom of the deck, I'm seeing the Six of Swords, Five of Pentacles in reverse. I'm taking this card in reverse. We have the Tower in reverse, and we have the Four of Pentacles. Oh, we have the Four of Wands, and we have the Four of Pentacles. This is what I'm gonna take it in reverse. And the crowning energy is of the Strength. I did see the Seven of Swords, I think. Oh, this is the Seven of Pentacles, but I am picking up on Seven of Swords in reverse. The Strength in reverse can talk a lot about insecurities. When we're talking about this person, I really want to take this in consideration. And we have the Six of Swords upright. So um the cosmic slumber tarot, especially for pile number 2 and this six of swords, is really indicative of inner child wounds. And I did speak about how red flags become normal for us because and we're not able to see them because they were already normalized before in our childhood. So I think you really needed to know that it's not your fault, okay? But playing the blame game on your person, especially in this connection, will really not get you anywhere. You have to take accountability, or at least not play the blame game, because I think that the both of you have a lot of fights because somehow you both want to have an upper hand, is to sort of sail the boat in your direction, which feels safer to the both of you. But you kind of have to realize that the boat is not yours to sail, it's completely divinely guided. And that's that controlling energy that your person has been in, and it could also be you. So I think that with the Five of Pentacles, this is sort of an abandonment card. With the Six of Swords, there's this child sort of really piggybacking. And the Six of Swords over here, I spoke about you holding a double-edged sword and it really hurts, right? And this guy is also trying to touch the sword, which is not very smart because it's gonna hurt. It's gonna bleed. I feel like this person has a habit of rumination. You know, when you keep thinking thoughts again and again and again, and we have the Emperor underneath. Somehow the Emperor looks really spooky as of now. And we have the Chariot. So something about this person is awakening within, I would say that something about this person is gaining strength, and these insecurities are right at the peripheral of their eyes, like it's visible, it's cognitively being recognized, I would say that. So I am going to open other cards now for you. So we have Spirit Bear, we have Gift of Freedom, we have the Temple in reverse, Fault Line in reverse, and we have the Poet. Work of art. We began off with the Ten of Pentacles, the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. We have the Four of Wands, the Four of Pentacles in reverse, Five of Pentacles in reverse, and the Tower in reverse. With the Wheel of Fortune, we have practically all signs from all suits, mainly Aries, Taurus, Sagittarius, and Aquarius. If that resonates with the Tower, we have Scorpio energy. And that's pretty much about it. I think that when we have the card of work of art and the poet, I really feel that your person is understanding how to uh, revamp themselves in a way, like sort of like give themselves a makeover, excuse me. And I was about to say the word wake up call, which can definitely talk about the Spirit Bear. Your person has been in hibernation. If, yeah, for the most of you, I think that your person has been in hibernation because somewhere along the lines where you are learning your worth, so is this person. And they're realizing that this in and out energy doesn't serve them, let alone you. they're sort of realizing that they were not choosing commitment because they didn't feel worthy of love. I'm not sure if this person cognitively understands how these sort of follow in a domino effect, but this person just realizes that they were not choosing commitment because they didn't feel worthy of being loved by someone. So this, however it is sort of like constructing in this person's head, is a different story, but I really feel that they are understanding this. And because of healing with the poet card, I feel like with the poet card there's an energy of wisdom. This talks about wisdom and downloads. I feel like with the strength in reverse, at this point we had the card of surrender to prayer, right? And surrender ego is also a breaking down of ego. This is not in reverse, this is a free flowing energy. So this means that the ego is breaking down. And with surrender to prayer, this says, give yourself over completely to prayer. We spoke about this card before. I think that your person, and then we have temple, which is again about praying. There's a lot about this person really really requiring support, and it's important for them to be isolated at this point because we have the spirit bear. Because I think that your person needs this isolation. It's sort of a spiritual imprisonment, and it could be happening to you as well, where you're not feeling like talking to many people, or you're just not feeling very social or like yourself. And it's almost like, how can you have a housewarming party if the house isn't completely done with renovation? Like, how can you invite people to visit you when you're not welcoming in a way? How will you open yourself to other people is what I'm really trying to say and deliver. So it's like with the temple energy, it's conditioning. In shadow attribute, I think that with the 10 of pentacles, when spirit has placed this card over here with the 10 of pentacles and the 4 of pentacles reversed. 4 of pentacles in reverse can talk about a lot of exposure, but giving yourself too much exposure because you're insecure to be with yourself. And the 10 of pentacles energy with the temple, which is conditioning, I think it can really talk about the way that you both have been brought up, especially this person. And a lot about how elderlies have spoken to this person and just really build their psyche very concrete. So now when these things are breaking down, and it's very contradictory to their nature, because this divine connection is really changing their perception. It's a forced movement as of now, and I think that even you might be feeling this, unless you're really able to tap into your intuition and feel a little bit ease with the connection. But I feel like this is a little most likely right now, I think, with the circumstances, because it's not just this person in pain. I think that you are also in pain, um, to an extent. And I think that your conditioning is also breaking down, where maybe you were too loyal to people that weren't actually very loyal to you, and this could also include this person. And it doesn't have to come down to the fact whether this person is right for you or not, whether divine has this person in your future or no. This is not the question that we're answering, and that cannot be done through tarot. So you kind of are rebuilding yourself as well, so is this person, parallelly moving with you. And I think that a part of it is also very resonating for you, because you also have had, I just feel like there's a lot of energy of red flags. It's not just you who has been taught poor behavior, it's also this person. They probably would have put you through it, but somewhere I think that you have also, I just feel like spirit keeps telling me somewhere you have been taught how to let people step on your boundaries, or you just haven't been taught how to love yourself, right? Let's speak about that. Let's put it like that. And you didn't know that, so you kept on delaying on what you had to do, because you were like, you were scared between your intuitive hits and your fears, or just what feels normal, right? And I think there's a self-forgiveness required on both ends, because whereas you might be realizing that you did allow this person, and this person realizes that they did do you wrong, they did do you bad in a way, there's forgiveness required on both ends, because you required to protect yourself, and this person had to protect you from their shadow side, and both of you couldn't do that, so you are learning self-forgiveness over here. I think that with the spirit bear, yeah, I was thinking which card really spoke to me about this self-forgiveness. This is a lot about worth. The both of you are breaking down these barriers, and now I see why spirit told me to record this reading after pile number 3, because there is so much mirroring. Like, everything that I'm feeling comes from your person is an alternative sort of reaction from you, and it's vice versa. I just feel like the both of you are just behaving exactly how it needs to be, so that you can see your own um faulty foundations when it comes to self-love, self-reliance, and internal stability. So what you need exactly is to heal is exactly how this person is behaving, and vice versa. So I think that you might have said bitter words to this person that really stuck by in their head, even though it did push them to have a breakdown or an awakening or a wake up call with the fault line. I feel like this person, I think that they used to pretend, there was a pretentious energy that I know I am, self-righteous. There's a self-fulfilling prophecy that I know what I am doing, right? Even with the non-action that they were portraying, it's like they sort of portrayed this dualistic energy that I know what I am pulling off, but they didn't know what they were doing. And I think that you could see through this person's mask, and they feel really ashamed and embarrassed. So I think that we're covering a lot of aspects that are um, comparatively on the shadow attribute, but that doesn't mean that you start feeling bad about it or pessimistic, because this is a part of your journey. And most certainly the end goal is not exactly to end up with this person, but to end up with yourself, because turns out you carry yourself everywhere you go. So I think pile number 2, what is more important for you to know is that I think that you might feel satisfied to know that this person is paying their dues. In a way, they are learning lessons, and this is something that I pick up that is coming from a past life as well. So if you've met this person and suddenly you guys are having so much karma to resolve, and you sort of just ask yourself, why did it start off at such a pivotal point in my life, or when I'm really down in the dumps, or why is this so difficult between the both of us, even when we know that we really want each other? It's because you're solving past life karma. And I think that's important for you to know, that you both have certain things that you decided before reincarnating, and also to resolve in sort of correlation with your past lives, because you both have been sort of I'm getting the word coupled, quote unquote coupled, paired in a way to resolve this karma. You both have decided you're from the same soul tribe. So even though there's so much shadow attribute, you can't deny the fact that this person can ultimately really not trigger so much in you if the love is not that deep, right? I just want to let you know that this is not to make you feel pessimistic about what things I have to be honest about that I see over here, but it's a lot about to remind you that um, the love is so deep between the both of you, that is the only reason why it's possible for this person to trigger such deep feelings that come from past, where you might have even repressed them and you might have not even remembered these things. So it's probably from the first 7 years of your life, when the psyche is really really fragile and is developing. I think that I spoke about this person as well in the beginning, that they've handled too much for a really young child should have, but we just have to trust that the universe is conspiring in our favor, right? So I think that somewhere along the lines, with the Wheel of Fortune reverse and Five of Pentacles, this person's life has stopped, and they're sort of in a spiritual imprisonment, which I do not see as a bad thing. It's not to punish this person, but it's just a little moment from the universe, like, go face the wall and just think about what you have done, right? So it's literally just about this person coming to their own realizations, because at this moment when they have no answers anywhere else, they're really having to tap into their intuition. I think that you have taught this person how to access their intuition, or you've just been a role model, or you have spoken about, intuitive hits or spirituality in some way, and this person just knows the way to find answers, or it's just that their spirit is calling them, in your darkest times when you have nowhere to go. It's just that that is the only inner light, you feel me? So I think that this is a lot about your person desperately looking for answers because they can't get you off their mind, these obsessive thoughts. It's not just you, this connection is not in your head, if you needed to hear that. But the gift of freedom is literally what this person wants to give you, and so do you want to give this person on a higher self note, excuse me, because ultimately this person genuinely loves you so much, like their soul loves you so much, that they're almost taking all this sort of temporary, I would say, discontent or unhappiness from your side, just so that you can empower yourself. And so are you doing for this person. So I think that this person genuinely might be a poet. They might have an artistic streak to them, because this is a beautiful channeling that I'm getting now. And with the work of art, be the portrait of divine beauty. Immediately when I saw this, it really spoke about this person still seeing the beauty within you, but something about this connection just feels like to this person like the beauty and the beast. Like they really, really are seeing themselves as the bad guy right now. And with the Six of Swords, they have been seeing you through the eyes of their own wounds. So something about their past, maybe they have done this to other people, is also coming up, where they're having to really forgive themselves for a lot of things. And I think for you, it's in a similar sense. The mirror is not always 100% reflective, but the vibration on a heart level is. So somewhere where this person is releasing betrayal from their past, so are you. And often when we receive betrayal from people in our infancy, sort of like adolescent years as well, or perhaps little earlier than that, I'm getting a really small age, like somewhere along the lines of 7 to 11 years. So I think that the both of you are learning how to release this energy of betrayal that you've released from other people that convinced you or taught you about self-deceit, right? So this delusional energy of not being able to, almost like seeing things with a rosy eye glass, is changing. I am slipping on words as of now, so I feel like this card is really important. Gift of freedom, break away from your attachments. This person is having a sort of mental breakdown, a sort of emotional breakdown, and it's important so that the faulty foundation can collapse, because we, did have this card in the beginning, very beginning. Consider your foundation. Look how committed you are to love. And this is not just in correlation with you, even though apparently you look like this person's definition of love, but it's a lot about the way that they feel about themselves. So we're going to flip a few more cards. We have the bat. Adjustments are required. Transformation in reverse. And we have lunar eclipse change. All right. One of the first things with the bat, this is an air sign. Again, a wake-up call energy. Can't help but notice how many times this person, I've said how many times this person is really going through it. I feel like it's really important for this person's growth so that they can start loving themselves at the very least. And with the adjustments are required, I think that this person really, really recognizes that they need to reparent themselves. Again, with the Six of Swords, I've been looking at this bottom of the deck energy. Spirit keeps taking me back to this, and I keep showing it to you so that we're in loop. So I think that this energy of me keeping you in the loop of my channeling is also about Spirit showing this person a lot of circumstantial evidence, like reminding this person of things that they have put you through. And it feels rough, but I think that I can't lie, it feels important for this person to really look into the details so that they can correct this faulty behavior as well. And I think that this is somehow healing this person's toxic femininity, because the more that these faulty behaviors are breaking down, it's creating space for a new secure foundation, right? Which is going to be solid. So this is almost like rebuilding yourself and being able to love yourself the correct way. So we're talking about divine feminine energy within this person, right? And I think that this is also being reflected by you. We have the moon cycle over here with the poet. He's also the hands is also the hands are, excuse me, also holding a moon. And I see that the lunar eclipse card, this is again 5 of cups. And 43 reduces to 5 as well, so there's a lot of changes. You might be seeing 555 or 222 or 999. Majorly you might be seeing 222, which is a sort of a union number, but I would say that in your context it's a lot about union with self. And this is again, I keep spirit keeps bringing me back that this person's soulful purpose, and that stems from past life, your shared purpose is to give each other freedom, so that you can actually free each other from these painful wounds. um, I am hearing freedom of soul, but something very concrete that stems from your childhood. um, Really, I feel like it's a lot of determination that I'm channeling from this person's higher self, because this reading cannot be, I would say, it cannot bind together unless and until I have the higher self perspective, because the 3D self is really stuck in guilt. That's what I spoke about, right? So it's important to know what the higher self wants to let you know, which is, this person is changing. Your man or woman, this person is changing, they are. And even though the transformation is reversed, this is resistance. Your person is batshit scared of what's happening, pun intended, with the wake up call that they have with bat. But this person is really scared, and you and I both know how scary it is to go through transformations where you don't know what's going to happen. So it's kind of natural, but I wouldn't take it too heavily that this person will not evolve, because we do have wisdom over here. So ultimately, self-awareness does create space for healing and ascension, right? It's easier to go through something, repair something, if you know it's wrong and it's not right, it's not going to serve you at the very least, right? So I think that the transformation is a lot about the fear of unknown, this person still being in the dark. But what's happening with this resistance, they are able to actually hear the voice of divine, or rather I'd say the intuition. So they realize that they need to make adjustments because of the spirit of bear. So there's a lot of hermit energy, Virgo energy, a lot about, again, reparenting yourself, moving to calmer waters within yourself. And oftentimes we look at that this person probably has insecurities, and that's why they manipulate you or they do something because they don't want to let you in, yada yada yada, right? But insecurities go way deeper. They are proper wounds that we have festered inside, and we can't just pluck it out like a flower, like, oh, we have an insecurity, let's just, oh, I can just take it out, like, probably I'm just not looking good in a red t-shirt. It's not that. It goes deeper than what do you feel about red. Is it the color of love? What do you think about love? Does it make you feel warm? Do you perceive the color of red with love, or do you perceive it with aggression? Do you see how the psychology works? There's always two spectrums, and it's always a pessimistic thought process, and there's always an optimistic thought process. So something that you might not be able to comprehend right now is deeper things that spirit has not revealed to you, and they're probably not meant to be revealed to you. It's not your burden to carry. This person's transformation is not your burden to carry. What you just need to know that this person will get through, and so will you. All right, pile number 2. So the last cards that we have is Saturn, Return, Age, Damn, and Work Through Your Fears in Reverse. With the Scorpio energy, the Saturn, Return, Age. Saturn is sort of like, I would say, a judgment energy. Yeah, I think it's judgment energy again. Wake up call. And with walk through your fears, there is still resistance, but there's self-awareness coming in. So I wouldn't give you false hopes that this is going to be a fast process. It's going to take time because it's really difficult. Once you start rebuilding the base foundation, when you start healing the base foundation, which is the core, the root chakra, it's easier for you to heal wounds above it. So right now what you both are going through is something really difficult, but it's really important. But it doesn't take away from the fact that um it is painful, right? And you have to have compassion for yourself at the first place, so that you can learn to forgive this person. Once you start understanding that what happened is nobody's fault, it's just something to learn from, you'll start loving yourself back in places where you did maybe perhaps allow this person to overstep, or you did allow them to do certain things to you that weren't okay with you, that made you aggressive, because anger is an emotion that tells us that it's not okay with us. We feel violated, right? So understand your anger and emotions underneath anger a little bit more better, because there's always pain underneath anger. Anger is a very powerful emotion. And I feel like with the Saturn return age, I really feel like this person is, again, I feel like this is karma. Saturn is really, it just talks about karma. Three of Swords energy, which is a lot about, I spoke about that spiritual imprisonment, right? Think about what you have really, really done. And with the Scorpio, Pluto energy, this is a heavy transformation that your person is currently resisting, because the ego wants to fight it, because the ego feels safe in sort of, I would say, the defense mechanisms that you have lived throughout your life, right? So somebody just coming in and making you feel like you have to change everything about yourself, you're gonna feel like sort of robbed of your privacy, right? And this person is yet to make peace with the fact that this is happening for their benefit. So then they're easily going to give into the process. So they need the space to have their own conclusions, to draw their own conclusions. As of now, pile number 2, I would really like to add that, and so do you. So again, I keep hearing from spirit that you need to have patience with yourself first of all, and then this person. So before we conclude pile number 2, I do have advice for you. Transformation. Wow. We have Trust, Archangel Gabriel, and Heart Song. So I feel like one of the cards that are really important to dictate in a way are all will work out well. We, your angels, are here to nurture and protect and heal you. Trust the healing power of our love. We know you. We love you more than you'll ever know. I said we know you more than you'll ever know. I was about to say that. So they do know what they're doing, they really do want the best for you and your person. We're not going to leave out your person just because, they are going through a hard time and they put you through a hard time, perhaps. Heart song, what is your heart saying? Stop and listen. Your truth lies within the empty spaces between your thoughts. Your truth shines from within your soul. Your truth is that is eternal and changing. I feel like this really tells me that whether you're intending to get back with this person or not, whether you're holding out for them, it would be wise for you to let go of the pain so that you don't project it outwardly to anyone, and most of all so that it doesn't fester inside you, because that is more important, right? It's more important to feel good about ourselves and release the pain, forgive ourselves and the other person. And something about this person, if you're still desiring this person or another person perhaps, you still have to heal through it and trust that your angels know the person that you deserve. I feel like there is a lot of power and release in just letting the universe decide what do we really deserve, because let's be real, a lot of the times we don't know what we deserve, and there's always something better out there for us, even if this person in a better version of themselves, because this reading is not to determine whether this is the right person for you or not. This is just to determine what is right in the moment, and that's what I would like to give you. So with a heart song, if your heart still beats for this person, heal yourself. If your heart wants somebody else or is hoping for somebody else, heal yourself. Either ways, I feel like with Archangel Gabriel, this is a lot about healing, and it says keep an open heart and speak your truth lovingly without fear. Still love without fear. Don't fear that just because this person or people in your past have not been able to embrace you wholeheartedly, nobody else will be able to, right? First, you have to learn how to embrace yourself so that somebody else can hold the space to embrace you, right? So, pile number two, beautiful reading. I really do hope that you found a message that was helpful. If you did, please do hit the like button, subscribe for more, hit the bell icon so you know whenever I upload next. Let me know down in the comment section how that resonated, and I'm gonna see you guys in another one. Bye. Hello, pile number three. If you chose this gorgeous rainbow moonstone, along with the Ostara Tarot, this is going to be your reading. So thank you for being here with me. Today's reading is going to be all about how does your person feel about you. I do have quite a lot of pre-shuffled cards, and the first few are going to tell me about how is your person currently feeling in their life, what are they going through, and how's that energy subsequently paying out in your connection and towards you. We're going to understand how are they feeling, what are they going through, so we can understand why they're projecting the behavior they are, you know. So let's see, what do we have here? We have love makes the difference. Love helps heal past hurts and provides a sense of security and self-worth, number 31. We have fear, surrender your fear of change. Surrender what is. Surrender fear in reverse. And surrender your need to always be right. Sacral chakra. And we have just breathe in reverse. So I feel like immediately the way Spirit has aligned these cards is very descriptive of how there are open and blocked energies within this person, right? The reversals always talk about blocked energies. Of course, the upright cards talk about flowing energy, right? So I think what really brings my attention is the just breathe in reverse. This is number 4, which is usually about somebody who is the just breathe card is in reverse as a disconnect with the authentic self. And I feel like something about this person is right now in a transitional phase with their higher self, is what I'm hearing. So this person is being led by their higher self. I was getting the word collaborative, but it's a half induced energy, you feel me? It's almost like it's playing out, but it's playing out in a non-binary motion, I would say. It's almost like this person is just doing what they feel like is good for them right now, and I don't think this is something that is unjust to your connection. The channeling is pretty poor right now because I feel like this is very descriptive of this person's relationship with their higher self as of now. I don't think particularly this person is very well connected to their intuition, but I just feel like reminding you or giving you a consolation that just because a person is not completely 100% collaborative with their intuition, that doesn't mean that they're doing something wrong, okay? It just means that they're not feeling their best self internally. They're probably showing up pretty well, they're doing everything that needs to be done in a way, but something about their life force is what I feel is reduced because I can't lie, I feel like your energy and this person, okay, this could be yours as well, something about it is sort of like draining right now. I feel quite depleted, and the channeling is so like it's breaking, you know, the flow is not consistent. So I think you can pick up in the way that my fluency is sort of, hesitant. And that's exactly how I'm receiving the messages right now with the energy that I see over here. I think that with the rainbow moonstone, we have a lot of I think, because I personally use this a lot for intuition. It's one of the best properties. So, and considering this is with the heart shape, um, I think that this is a lot about not being connected with your heart sphere completely. So something about this person is purging, right? It's I said the word collaborative. So they are trying to collaborate, but something, you can see how fear to change and surrender fear both are in reverse. I think that this is not 100% cognitively recognized by your person, that why the reason why they're not able to connect with their intuition is because they're not able to see the wounds that still affect them, right? Yeah. So I think that you're gonna have to bear with me because your pile's energy is a little bit the connection is a little weak, I'm saying, cause I feel confused honestly. Like it's really like itching my brain because I think as much as I understand this feeling, there's not much I'm able to articulate. But um, I think that by the end of the reading, we would have a pretty good idea with other cards. But I feel like when I'm tapping into just their energy and what they're going through, I think your person also feels like this because this is nothing to do with you, but this is completely to do with this person and their own connection with self. So I think that there's nothing to be worried about because when you're ascending, it's very 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 natural for you to not feel like you're completely connected with your intuition because you're purging. And I'm gonna give you an example. It's almost like when you're driving in a car and you're listening to the radio and it crosses a bushy sort of isolated area where there's not a good frequency or some sort of um, connection to the radio, I would say. And you know how it starts sounding, so that's the frequency I'm talking about. The connectivity is poor because there's a little bit of isolation with self, and this is only because your person is getting a little lost before they can find themselves. And again, I don't feel like this person is doing something wrong in reference to you, in context with you and your connection. I just feel like this is about them, and maybe their old coping mechanisms are collapsing is what I'm hearing. I heard the word discrimination, so something about this person, they're healing wounds of scapegoating, abandonment. I feel like from their high school era, or just something that was not necessarily just in infancy, but I feel like this is something about adolescence, that your person, a young mind developing, picked up on a lot of criticism. So I feel like this person with the sacral chakra, even though there's a lot of passion, there's no doubt that this person is attracted to you. And because I have to mention again that just because this person is expressive through passion, it doesn't mean that they don't have feelings for you. Okay, I am feeling the real symbolicism of the rainbow moonstone being in heart over here. And the Ostara deck is a really beautiful deck. I'm gonna take a card from the above. The Judgment, isn't that beautiful? Should we take this, Spirit? No, but this is Libra card. So you can just look at how this is almost like, it's like healing the skeletons in the closet is what I'm feeling. I'm sorry if that was shaky. I talk with my hands sometimes. I think that this person is learning how to be more expressive, um because I feel like there's an energy of over explaining with this person. And I think that the honk was definitely a confirmation that your person, majority of people over here, your person struggles with over explaining themselves, because it's almost like, when you over explain, the basic thing is that I have to explain why I'm doing what's best for me so that you don't put me in your bad books. And this is a classic trauma response for a lot of manipulation that you've been through. So this could come from parental figures as well. But when I talk about the sacral chakra, and I was talking about the heart symbolicism, usually when the heart is blocked, it can't really express it, right? Because it's blocked, because it not only is it withholding a lot of pain, but it also, minimizes your ability to love. And you and I both know how that works, right? When you don't let things out, you also can't let things in, right? You can't receive love and give love as well. And This also really affects your ability to love yourself. So I think that this person feels the connection right now through a lot of sexual passion, because um, that is another way divine counterparts really feel the desire for another. Um, because sexuality and seduction is the primal nature of human body, and the heart is the compass of the soul. So when the compass of the soul is not accessible, it really reduces down to the sacral chakra. I think that there's importance over here about the attraction that this person has towards you, because it's untampered, it doesn't fade away, is what I'm hearing. And something about you, you are definitely a beautiful person inside and out, but something about this person, how we say beauty lies in the eyes of the beholder. This person knows that they look at you differently. They know that they have eyes for you. They know that you, to them, are the most beautiful person. Like, they will forever be attracted to you, is what I'm getting. So for me, the sacral chakra is something that is really a beautiful energy, okay? I kind of really like, this expression, and it doesn't have to be always sexual, right? um I think that there's a healthy sexuality in this pile, or at least because of how I feel like expressing my point of view. I think this is also about this person's love language, that they sometimes fail to voice their opinion or show it in different ways. But it can just be simple acts of touch, right? A hugging, hand holding, caressing you or something. This is a lot about just showing you that I care about you, right? Um, Something about this pile is very primal. It's very instinctual. And I keep getting a lot of animalistic references, because like how animals just can't speak, and they express their love through physical intimacy, right? And it's almost like I'm getting the image of a lion and lioness sitting, and this was a viral meme, where the lion was just really licking the coat of the lioness to make her feel loved. And it's just a way of that male species showing appreciation for the beauty of the female species. So that just really warms my heart, because it's just the way you look at things, right? And I think that this person's perception towards you is very gentle, and they really really do find you to be the most beautiful person that they've laid their eyes upon, because they can see who's inside. So that just automatically enlightens your beauty on the outside. um Whereas we had that poetic expression, okay, I think your person might be a writer or a musician or something. They do have a very philosophical but a poetic streak to them. We have this card: love makes the difference. Love helps heal past hurts and provides a sense of security and self worth. I feel like the word that really caught my eye is security. So, something about this person still seeks security outside of themselves. Now, this could be attachment to material possession, validation from other people, or it could even be what this person thinks as you think of them. It could be simply about what close people think about them, because even if this person is not an attention seeker per se, not to be derogatory, I think that this person is very concerned about what you think of them, how do you perceive them. And something about, the surrender, what is with the sacral chakra. I feel like with the sacral chakra, when you spoke about so much about the physical appearance and just the energies, I think that this person has shown you a fair share amount of their darker aspects, which makes them worried, that are you going to start seeing them as the bad guy sooner or later. And also something about their physical appearance. But I think that this really, when you think that you are beneath somebody, or you're inferior, or this person is going to leave you, ultimately these are all subjective questions of one core wound, which feels like it's not worthy of love despite of whatever you've done, right? And I think that often it's really difficult for us to comprehend this, because that is a very godly vibration, in my opinion. Let's be realistic, right? Unconditional love is pretty hard to achieve unless you achieve it for yourself, right? And I think that something about this person really projects within you, where you both are still healing wounds of unworthiness, okay? And I just want to mention this, that um, this is a reading for a lot of people, so just take whatever resonates. When I talk about specifically about mirroring, it totally complies to you, whether you intuitively feel like it is for you or not, the message. Otherwise, scrap the message, okay? But don't shoot the messenger in the comments, because if it's not for you, it's definitely for somebody out there, right? So I think that now that we have sort of understood this part, it's almost like this person is accepting whatever has happened in the past, and they might have come across really sexual because the desire was, I'm hearing, it couldn't be controlled. Considering how fluently I channeled this person's appreciation for your physical incarnation. But I think that it really goes beyond just the physical of what it is. So I think that when we come around, just breathe. I'm just really getting Four of Swords in reverse. um Something about Four of Swords in reverse is giving me a pivotal point where this person has to make a decision about something, and I'm not getting exactly what, so I'm not going to place a bet upon it, or a guess. I'm not going to take a guess as of now until we open more cards. But this is something that just goes deeper than external circumstances or third party involvements. That could be anything: work, people, place, thing, habit, pattern, addiction, anything. But surrender, fear in reverse could also be the third party, is what I feel. Surrender your need to always be right is kind of misplaced card right now over here. This says this will help you resolve conflicts and improve your relationships. I think that this egoic measure of over explaining or completely shutting down because you feel like the other person is not going to understand as to what's your capability to give in this connection. Because I did start off in the beginning talking about how this person feels like they can only give so much to themselves, and then the rest they're trying to give into this relationship and other aspects of their life. So it's almost like they were pretty stuck at a moment in their life where they were like, I just can't do anymore. um and believe you me, this was not coming from a place of not wanting to give per se. Even though there was resistance to give into the love, I wouldn't lie about that. But it is mainly because this person just really doesn't have that much inside them right now because of the emotional blockages they're facing. I feel like this energy could also be coming from the past, that they projected out onto you, and now that they're changing, they're replenishing themselves, with the sacral chakra. That's why they think what you think of them, because they're sort of realizing what kind of person they were to you before. You know what I'm saying? And something about this person is about self-forgiveness right now, where you might have already forgiven this person, or you're still coming around, but I think that this person is still having a lot of regrets over what they have done. Your spirit guides really do have sympathy for this person, because I'm hearing that um this person also deserves forgiveness, right? Because at some point, you and I both have received some other form of God's child to help us heal and understand what love means. So I feel like you were this person, sort of like helping hand, somebody who woke them to these really deep feelings that are not always inclusive of abuse, right? There might have been projection, but I think that this person is able to see that you always were you just really did have pure intentions towards them. So I think that's pretty much it, yeah. This is a really deep reading, I have to say that. It's very deep. It's very heartfelt as well. So we're gonna find out with the tarot now, how is your person currently feeling about you? Oh, I think that the energies are so overwhelming, and for some reason, I feel really comfortable with these energies. I think that this person is finally, um, I spoke about that creativity fluctuation, like the connectivity fluctuation. So I spoke about creativity, and creativity is also part of self-expression. I think that this person is becoming really okay with, there's a friction because there's a transitional phase. So sometimes you're in it and sometimes you're out of it, and that's how you basically soothe into it. So I think that this person is definitely becoming okay with their own emotional body. The nervous system is really healing right now because the trauma is being released, and the body is coming to an ease with deeper emotions. As of now, it's no longer icky for this person. So there's a calm that's coming through with accepting emotions, so that this person is coming into, excuse me, a more natural state of self. I just saw a really beautiful yellow butterfly. So definitely, I feel like this is a lot about the transformation that this person is going through. The Nine of Cups, definitely, it's bringing this person closer to them, happier within. I'm just gonna take a minute to shuffle this before I keep channeling. Pile number 3. All right. We have the Moon. So we're gonna do a 3-card spread for you. I'm gonna take this in upright. So we have the Moon, the Ace of Swords in reverse, the Page of Wands, the 8 of Wands, the Justice. I'm gonna take this in upright. The Queen of Wands. Bottom of the deck, I see the King of Wands. Nice. And Knight of Wands as well. So the King of Wands is in reverse. I did speak about that. This energy of a lot of passion. We have a lot of fire energy. I kind of really like your energies, pile number 3. I honestly really appreciate this healthy sexuality that I feel from this person. I feel like this is not exactly lust in a way, even though lust is a humanly, emotion. I think this is really love based. It's really this person's love language, perhaps. So, I'm gonna take out a few oracle cards and subsequently turn them over. So, we have the Oracle of Chaldea. We have Alabaster Tablet of Layla. We have Balanced Spirituality and Practicality, New Moon in Pisces. So we have Pisces twice with the moon. We have Justice, Libra. We have a lot of Wands energy. So we have Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Sun, Moon, Rising. We have you're very close to achieving your goal. And we have luck is on your side. Again, fire sign, Sagittarius. Very interesting. I'm gonna take one more. Okay. We have the South Node, Life's Depth 42. This energy is, I believe, the 10 of Wands. So I think I'm gonna begin off over here with the balance, spirituality and practicality. New moon, full moon in Pisces. I think that when we talk about, and there's a lot of moon energy, so there's a lot of subconscious patterns that are coming. I spoke about this sort of wake up, I wouldn't say wake up call per se, but there's enlightenment, there's awareness coming to this person. I feel like with the Oracle of Chaldea, this is a card which is number 37 again. 10, we have South Node, which is the 10 of Swords. So something about really good completion is what I'm feeling. Something about with the Ace of Swords in reverse and the Eight of Wands in reverse. Something about integrity. Something about really this person being like, I can't hurt this person anymore. I really have to get a grip on my own shit is what I'm feeling, and I really respect that. You and I both know that it takes a lot of guts to hold yourself accountable for how you've been bleeding, and more often how you've been bleeding on other people. But I think something about this is a very martyrdom energy about this person, which I'm coming to moving forward. I think that this person cares more about other people than their well-being. It's almost like making themselves feel like a bad guy for having this heartbreak, and not wanting to hurt you, but still wanting to suffer in silence. And even though that is very, cinematic and poetic, that I'm sacrificing something for you, I really feel like this is not good for them, because with the Oracle of Chaldea, this is a card which talks about somebody whose body is healing. I spoke about the nervous system relaxing, right? It's because the trauma that was stored up inside, the anxiety, the tapping of foot or nail biting, this could also be you. I feel like you are also ascending, and the body is coming into a peace, in a peaceful environment with itself. Its coexistence with emotions and peace is no longer frictional in a way. So I think that now the body is healing. There's certain memories that you and your person both struggle with releasing in the brain. And I feel like this is a, I wouldn't say it's a dysfunctional pattern where you're not able to cooperate. I just feel like it's a process. So I am really not going to focus too much upon it and make it like an issue over here, because it's very natural for you to, I wouldn't say that you're holding on, but in a way you are. But I don't want to affirm it. So I just want to let it, just want to place it out there that you have the ability to let go of these memories, and so does your person, because the body is healing, but something about it the mind is holding upon is fairly enough because it doesn't want to get hurt, right? And this will come from rebooting the mind towards faith, right? Because this external security could also be, this need for external security could also be within you. I really do see heavy mirroring right now, a very twin flamey divine counterpart soulmatey vibe that I pick up right now. And the closer that I get into this reading, the deeper, excuse me, I get into this reading, the closer I get acquainted with your energies. I really feel like the both of you are doing the best of your, with the best of your abilities. And something about your reading, I just can't stop saying I really like the energies. Like, I feel like it's realistic, but it's something, with, you're very close to achieving your goal. I feel like this is a message from spirit that you're making things happen, you're putting in the work in yourself, and that's one of the things you should definitely celebrate, or just pat yourself on the back right now as we speak. That, just say I love you, just tell yourself that you love yourself. I don't know why do I feel like giving you this pep talk, but I feel like you just haven't been appreciating how much work you've been doing, pile number 3. And something about you loving yourself will also enable this person love themselves, because they are so energetically connected to you. You just really have to start appreciating yourself, pile number 3. I'm feeling so emotional right now because I feel like um this has been really difficult on you. You've spent so many nights being confused, being worried, being anxious. And it's all because it's completely understandable. You didn't trust, or you didn't know how things are going to pan out, because this connection was just so out of logical capacities, right? And I think that something about this person is also finally accepted that this cannot be figured out through the mind. So I feel like they're just becoming okay with the feelings that they have, and they usually are expressed through a lot of sexual desire, or maybe just person just expressing how much do they adore you. With with the Queen of Wands, I think that this person, gender non-specific, I think that this person really sees your strength, and I think that a lot of things that I'm talking about, your strength, you patting on your back, you being a beautiful person, especially physically, not at all to take away from your inner beauty, but definitely you are a very pretty person. I think that it's all about this person. Like, I think I'm really channeling this person's energy, which is admiration. Even if they don't speak about it, they genuinely do find you to be really pretty. And something about your face, both of these oracle cards from the White Light Oracle just have the face. If you look at the images, they're very similar, and the hair as well. So I think that this person really just appreciates your raw beauty. They really like your skin tone, is also what I feel. But I think that with luck is on your side in reverse with the south node, I think what, these painful memories are of feeling unworthy of love. And spirit keeps bringing me back to over explaining themselves. So these are perhaps moment from, I think this person had a puppy love, when we have in certain teenage years, when we're naive and we don't know what's good for us, and we just have something that we really like about a person, and we start crushing over them, that feeling. I think this person was with someone when they were really small, and things didn't turn out pretty well. And there was a lot of trauma response I'm also hearing a lot of trauma injected. So that relationship was probably not faithful or just very complicated. I'm hearing very complicated for a person of that age. So I see that there was a lot of jealousy at that point for this person, which they're still releasing. I don't see that your person wants to control you. In fact, they see you as someone they can't control, and that's not even a factor because I don't think this person wants to particularly control you. But I have the Page of Wands, and the King of Wands is in reverse over here. Underneath, I see the Six of Wands. God damn it, there's so many wands over here. It's kind of overwhelming. These energies are pretty intense. I can't deny that. I'm feeling pretty anxious as um I'm seeing the sort of I think that the moment I started talking about this person looking at you as a queen and then comparing themselves as a page, there's something definitely about them not feeling adequate enough for you in physical terms, but the underlying wound is again feeling unworthy of love. It's not that they're not good looking enough for you. I mean, I'm pretty sure that you would agree that upon that. But I think that this person is with the alabaster of Layla. I think that they're a phoenix rising because I spoke about that frictional phase, right? It's sometimes the the radio connection is pretty good. Sometimes it's not good. You're hearing something. Sometimes you're not, so it's because of heavy purging right now, and because these wounds are resurfacing. I think this is precisely why they tend to shut down, or I lost my train of thought. That was really quick. um there's just a lot of trauma response. One of them could also be memory loss, so something about painful memories that were repressed. Yeah, I think that's it. That are coming up. It's sort of like word vomit, right? And when those wounds come up, this person feels pride. They feel pride is what I'm hearing, and pride is because they're still not okay with showing their um weaker aspects, and which I'm hearing is equivalent to vulnerability. So they still have conditioning to work through. But again, I keep hearing from spirit that it is not something that you should take the burden of pressure. Like, I think that you get worried about this person's healing because you also have certain codependency with this person to show up for you. Okay, take if that resonates. But I see that for the majority of you, you do look back upon where this person is, whether you're in contact or not. You're very curious about their progress to an extent because there's some sort of validation that you also get through this person loving you and sort of reassuring you that they're there. I'm getting fear of abandonment. Oh my god, there is a beautiful yellow bird. I don't know what's the name, but I've never seen it. I just got so excited, and I'm talking to you about something definitely about this person finding you really easy on the eyes. And the color of yellow is again about confidence, which is all related to, this solar plexus confidence with the Queen of Wands energy. The Queen of Wands also has these, tones of yellow. So definitely something about this person, they're not completely in their full power, but I feel from spirit that we saw the yellow butterfly as well, right? I saw that, excuse me. But there's a lot of chopping outside. The weather is really good. It was just raining and now it's cleared up. I do take significance of the environment, so I think that this is a lot about. I spoke about that purging. It comes up, and then your person cries it out, or they heal through it. They feel those emotions. They know how to handle these emotions now, and yeah, it's sailing. It's going through. This person is not resisting healing. I would definitely like to say that. So that's optimistic, right? I think that this person has a lot to say to you, but they don't message you a lot or they don't text you. I was about to say call, but I said text you. So I think that you guys maybe communicate a lot through texts. And this person particularly thinks that sometimes, because they have this, the solar plexus being blocked can definitely talk about a barrier in complete self expression with confidence. So I think I'm seeing an eagle now. What the hell is happening? I'm seeing so much. I spoke about these animalistic instincts, right? So there's a lot of, I'm seeing a lot of re reborn energy. You're coming back to your own authentic version, because nature is pure, and it's raw. So I think that they definitely do have their eyes on you, but they don't say a lot because they feel like they're going to be bothering you with the amount of messages that they want to spam you with. This person wants to send you like random details about their day, but for some reason you both have mood fluctuations. Like one of you is healing, the other one is wanting to talk. When the other one is healing, the other one doesn't want to talk, and the other one is probably in a better mood. And it's because you both are sort of upholding loving frequencies for each other. I've never channeled that. That's beautiful. So it's almost like, um, when one is at a good vibration, you're really upholding the connection or a loving atmosphere for the other one to heal, because you need this camaraderie with each other, even if it's from afar. It's like you're building support systems with each other. And I think it's coming in a healthier form. This is not codependency. This is like, how we have support groups? This is almost like what I'm feeling. So let's see, what else do we have? We have the elephant, medallion, the comic, the thread. Okay, we're not supposed to open anymore right now. So we see the elephant over here, which is, I believe it's water sign, if I'm not wrong. I think, no, this is fire. Yeah, this is fire. Again, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. I think that with the elephant, this is a lot about this person feeling very focused. I saw the eagle. Excuse me. So I saw the eagle, and I think that this really talks about a sort of ignition in this person wanting to come towards you. Maybe this person is physically a little sick. That could also be because when you're purging through so much, it does take a toll on your immunity. I think this person is limping through life because they don't have complete security or stability, or rather say from within. And with the thread, we have ascension again. I spoke about rebirth and life journey with Shaldia. I think this is definitely a lot about revamp. I'm hearing makeover. So it's a spiritual surgery, I would say. It's a spiritual makeover that they're willingly participating in, is what I'm feeling. I really love this. And I think that with the comic energy in reverse, I think with the moon, I spoke about a lot of cognitive resonance coming up. I think that something about this person's defensiveness is still yet to be healed, because when they're purging, they're not showing you what they're going through. They want to come across as really strong and put together. That's why we had the King of Wands, and then we had the Six of Wands, and underneath we have the Five of Swords. Five of Swords of over here. Oh, well, hello. We have the Seven of Wands, defensiveness. I feel like the Five of Swords, I'm going to talk about that. It can talk about an internal struggle. This energy can definitely indicate something that we're going through within ourselves. We don't want to show other people. And with the Six of Wands and the King of Wands in reverse, this is a sort of power struggle. I wouldn't say it's cognitively projected, but it's just a conditioning where this person is, I'd say that baby steps for this person, right? They're becoming acquainted with their own emotional body, so they're not completely okay with showing you the complete grasp or the complete, I would say, spare of their emotional body. Okay, they're not okay with other complete good and bad. And I think that this will come in healing. But again, I hear from spirit baby steps, right? So I think this could also be within you, where you're also learning to show this person about your bad days, because I think that the both of you are learning how to give and receive love to yourself and each other. So help is also a part of receiving love, and something that when you have not received that helping hand in your childhood, it really takes away your ability to take that or accept that or ask for that perhaps in your adulthood, right? So this is also a healing process. um because I think that the abandonment wound is healing. So this self isolation and self abandonment and this hyper independence is all fading away. That's why you're developing a support system with each other. You're building trust in some shape or form, even if it's energetically, that yes, you can rely upon me. And if that has not occurred in your connection as of now, I'm probably going to place my bet with the work that you both are doing. This is definitely to be coming in your connection. I feel like with the medallion over here, this is a lot about integrity. I spoke about that, right? The Ace of Swords in reverse and the Eight of Wands. We haven't spoken about this enough with justice. I think that this person, you can look at the Justice card over here. She's blindfolded. It's a lot about intuitive knowingness with the moon underneath. I think that this person really does hold you in a high regard. And on a soulful level as well, you're really important to this person. I think that there are ghosts from the past. This energy is little corresponding to pile number one. You might want to watch that from 37 minutes 23 seconds to 45 minutes 17 seconds. Damn, that was accurate, spirit. um I think that definitely I spoke in the beginning of pile number three that, the more I get acquainted with you, the channeling will get smoother. So I think that initially tapping into this person's energy was difficult because they have this amount of defensiveness, and there's still guilt and shame to be released from past, because self-love is another milestone of self-forgiveness is another milestone of self-love, is what I'm trying to say. So this person will ultimately learn to love themselves better when they will also give themselves the love that they so freely give to other people or just few. And I mean that literally, because this person is still facing difficulty in forgiving themselves for their behavior, whether they were unjust to you. This person deserves to forgive themselves, right? So I think with the medallion, this person is learning a lot about integrity and understanding why it's not okay to do certain things just out of survival mode. You get my point? Like, when you're hurting, that doesn't mean or doesn't give you the allowance to hurt other people. So I think that this is a really big wake up call for this person. We have the card of Jupiter return benefits. I'm gonna place this over here. Beyond the ego, surrender the flow of life. Determination leads to perseverance, and make friends. Um, I feel like with the medallion and make friends, it's a lot about this person realizing that the certain kinds of relationship that they had kept in their life were sort of unilateral. Either they were taxing on the other person or they were taxing on this person. It was basically all transactional. And I don't even think transactional is the right word, because something about transactional is two-way, right? You do something for me, I do something for you. It's unilateral, basically extortion in a way. And I think that this is all learned from a survival mode, where it's like this person kept on taking from you. I'm seeing the Six of Pentacles, and I saw the Six of Cups as well. And I think that this person is really tapping into their psychic abilities. I'm seeing two swan totems, so that is majorly for twin flames or soulmate, higher level soulmates, really deep connections where you're really mirroring each other. I feel like this person realizes that this relationship or this connection has really taught them about bilateral connections, like which go two ways. You also give me, I also give you. I give to myself, you also give to yourself. It's open ended. And something about it is very it's equal. There's equality, there's proper give and take, there's reciprocity. And I think that this person realizes that that is important in a connection, right? Because it's good to place boundaries on yourself, as to how much you can give to another person, but it shouldn't take away from you even giving to another person, right? So I really feel like this is about letting their guard down and putting boundaries, where this person will learn how to also challenge your codependencies. If this person, I think this person has already done that in the past, where you have also learned how to be more self-reliant, because this person, at a phase in your journey, you just had to accept that this is how it is. I really, really love this person. I want to be around them, but this is how it is. Because they occupy such a huge space in your heart. You can't really forget them and start your life over with somebody else. I think that is the prominent case for a lot of people over here. And I think you accepted this person for the way they were, and your logical mind couldn't comprehend, so it just ultimately taught you how to love yourself in the moment. um, and I think that it really served your purpose, because it taught you what was codependency and what was actually reciprocity in a relationship. So beautiful channeling. Pile number 3, I feel like with the beyond ego, surrender to the flow of life. I think that in reverse, it's giving me an optimistic energy. I feel like this person's pride is definitely going to fall away, and pride is not always like a superiority complex. It is definitely an inflated ego over here, which results with pride for this person, but it's something where this person um really wants to just hide their soft nature, because they don't want to be taken advantage. They don't want to seriously show you their vulnerable parts, aka the weaker spots, so that I think that this person has been, people have used their secrets against them. That kind of an energy is what I'm picking up. So they don't want to completely let you know that right now, and this will require a lot of trust building on your end as well, because this person also needs to feel safe that they can let you in, right? As much as you do, so does this person. So I feel like with the Jupiter return, with the benefits, this is the Chariot energy with the determination. Even though with the Elephant in the medallion, they want things to progress, with morality, they want it to be reciprocal. It's not manifesting the way they want, right? Because the underlying issues are still there, and they're having to part. So it's a lot about patience with self, so that they can actually avail the fruits of their labor, right? So it's just a matter of time when you both will actually be in a harmonious union. You just have to keep believing. And one of the things I really hear, because we're almost about at the end of your reading, excuse me, you cannot rely upon what tarot readers collectively give an insight into your connection, especially at this level. Um, and for some reason, I feel like you really have to understand what your intuition says rather than anybody else's opinion to navigate your way through this connection. Because to listen to your own counsel, your own intuition, is a form of utter self reliance. And I think that you both have to learn that. Despite of this connection or not, I feel like it's just important for any individual, right, to trust their own gut more than anything else. So, pile number 3, before we conclude, I do have advice for you. We have faith, not a surprise, Archangel Raphael, Archangel Sandfern, and wisdom. I think that you do pray upon this. I think that you have developed faith through these trials and tribulations. Your faith has been tested, your person's faith has been tested. And I think that in the beginning, when we had the cards of fear of change and fear, I think these are really symbolic of the fact that you both had to accept the situation for what it is. You have feelings, you don't know completely how to navigate, so you just had to give in to whatever is happening. And this has led you to believe that whatever is happening is really working out in your own favor. So, with the wisdom card, I feel like with the Archangel Raphael, it's just, I spoke about that, right? The raining that was happening right here, the storm clouds will soon clear and the sun will shine eternally bright. Trust. There is, I mean, most definitely, there's sunlight coming in exactly right now through my window. And I feel like this is really just one of the other beautiful synchronicities. I think pile number 3, you already know what to do, and there's not much I would advise you, but just keep doing what you've been doing. Certain things are figured out through the journey of life, and certain times we do receive clues to the next step to our sort of scavenger hunt, right? So, pile number 3, this is what I have for you guys. I really do hope that you found a message that was helpful. If you did, please do hit the like button, subscribe for more, hit the bell icon so you know whenever I upload next. Let me know down in the comment section how that resonated, and I'm gonna see you guys in another one. Bye.